Hello everybody, jumping on the rebroadcast. Thank you guys for joining. I just recently did a Periscope about crystals 101. I spoke about my top 10 crystals, and now this is going to be how to cleanse your crystals, where to buy, and a little bit of a Q&A. Hello, welcome back, all my peeps who are on my other Periscope. Now I want to talk a little bit about how to cleanse your crystals, where to buy them, how to get more info, and question and answers. So if you guys are jumping on and you haven't watched my first Periscope about healing crystals and properties, please go back and watch that one so you can learn about my top 10 crystals that I love and that I use and that I suggest that you get as a new crystal user. Now we're going to talk a little bit about cleansing. So if you guys don't know me, my name is Laura Verbich. I'm a health, lifestyle, and wellness coach. I help others build dream lives, work on self-love, and build businesses as well online. So if you guys don't already follow me on Facebook and Instagram, you can find my username and my links up in my Periscope profile. So just click on my profile. You can add me on Facebook, add me on Instagram, and ask me any questions you got about crystals or anything else that I talk about here on Periscope. I talk a lot about self-love, law of attraction, and now crystals. So let's get into it. So you bought your crystals from the store, and now you brought them home, and you want to wear them right away, right? No, don't do that. Don't wear them right away. Don't put them right away in your purse. Don't put them right away in anything that you're going to be using. You need to cleanse your crystals right away. So the way that I want you guys to cleanse your crystals, it really depends on you. There are two ways primarily that I like. Three ways if you're willing to wait a whole month. And different crystals require different types of cleansing. What are crystals, Daniel? If you want to know about crystals and what they are and what they do, you'll have to check out my previous Periscope that I did called Crystal Therapy. I talked to you all about crystals. They are minerals from the earth. They are stones, protective stones. They have many different properties. And right now I'm going to talk about how to cleanse them. I spoke in my other Periscope about why we use them. So my favorite way to cleanse my crystals is number one, I wash them. So I bring them home from the store. What do? Well, I grab them in my hands. I go to the sink. I put in some cool water, never hot, cool water, and I wash them with water. I wash them, and that cleanses them. And at the same time, I put good intentions into them. So that removes the energy from the other people that had already touched them. Something that people don't really know is that crystals absorb energies really quickly. They are just like anything else. They are put here on this earth by God, by the big creator, and for a specific reason. And they're very sensitive tools. So it's very important to know that a lot of people have touched them. I'm so smart. I learned about this. I studied this. They're very emotional. You know, they've got properties just like humans. So you need to remove the energies from the other people who have touched them. That's really, really important. So what we are going to do is that you're going to wash them under water. Yes, some crystals cannot be exposed to water. Exactly. So give me a second. I will tell you about that. You're going to wash them under water. You're going to put in your good thoughts into them. What do you want these crystals to do for you? Do you want them to help protect you? Do you want them to help give you love? Do you want them to just be helping you to open up your psychic abilities? Whatever you want, you're actually going to cleanse them with the water. Where do you get them from other people? I get them in stores. So other people go around and touch all the crystals that accepts people's energies. So now I need to remove those energies and put my energy into there. I'm just going to block all these people who are talking nothing about crystals. Thank you very much. If you came into this Periscope and you don't care about crystals, feel free to leave. I will not be sad. If you want to learn about cleansing crystals and asking questions, that's awesome. Cleanse with water and good intentions. That is a really easy, great way, okay? Some crystals cannot be cleansed by water, such as selenite. This one will dissolve. It will dissolve in water, so please do not put this in water. Do not put this under a stream. This one does not need to be cleansed, period. It is the self-cleansing stone. Other stones that cannot be cleansed by water, I don't know. Check it out. I'm not quite sure. All of the ones that I've got, they can be cleansed by water. Another great way that I like to cleanse my crystals is from, no salts, just regular water. I don't know what that stone is. So there is also another method that I like if you're unsure if your stone can go underwater. Get yourself a bundle of dried sage. So dried sage, you can buy this at any metaphysical store. You can buy this at Whole Foods. You can buy this online. You will find bundles of dried sage that are tied. That is great for cleansing. So you're going to light that one with a lighter, with a match, with your stove, whatever. And what you're going to do is that you are going to let it sort of burn like an incense. You're not going to keep it on fire. Just have the tips of it burning so that it smokes a little bit, and you will pass your crystals underneath that smoke. I should have gotten my bundle, but whatever. You can understand what I mean. You have a bundle in your hand, it's smoking, and you pass your crystals on top of it. Same situation as water. You really think about what you want your crystals to help you with, etc., etc. Yeah, I said it. You burn the sage. So you light the sage on fire, you burn it, you make sure it's smoking, you blow up the flame, and you pass it under the flame, okay? You can do that with selenite if you really feel like you want to cleanse it, but you can do that with all of your other crystals as well. So I like to do both. I like to cleanse them underwater and then cleanse them with sage. All right, so another way that I would recommend cleansing your crystals is every single time there's a full moon. So check on the calendar, check on metaphysical websites. Full moons are a great time to, if you have fresh sage, you need to dry it. Okay, I recenter myself. So I'm getting texts that I don't really feel like seeing right now. Okay, full moons. When there's a full moon going on, you can grab all of your crystals and all of your crystal jewelry, all of your semi-precious stones, and put them outside somewhere under the moonlight. So I've got a balcony right there that I put all of my crystals in a bowl, and that will help cleanse them. What the full moon does, I've said this in my last Periscope, full moon removes negative excess attachments, energies, and just things that are lingering and that are stagnant. So just the energy of a full moon already helps us cleanse ourselves, especially if we attune to it. Crystals are very sensitive, I said, just like people. So putting crystals under a full moon for the night to recharge, to remove the energies, and to get them started off again on a cleansing foot is a great way. So you want to do that every month, every full moon. I don't know when every full moon is ahead of time. I find out online. Okay, so you can Google it. Okay, so that's cleansing crystals 101. If you want to know more about specific types of crystals, I know a lot, but I don't know everything. I'm still learning. I learned from this book, Crystal Therapy. September 27th is a full moon. There you go. I've learned from this book, Crystal Therapy. You guys can screenshot that if you want. Crystal Therapy from Doreen Virtue. This is an amazing book. It really guides you through crystal grids, tells you how to make a grid, tells you about all kinds of crystal shapes, okay? Tells you all about different kinds of crystal shapes, and then it walks you through every kind of crystal. So, like, they're all in here. I also like the book, The Crystal Bible, but for some reason I bought this one. That's the one I got. You can also use Google. You can Google crystals. You can also find, I buy my crystals at a local store called the Angel Store here in Montreal. We've got a really beautiful store that's actually moving 10 minutes away from my place. So in 10 days, it'll be 10 minutes away from my house, which is awesome. That's where I buy all of my stones. Yeah, Melbourne does have a lot of crystal stores. So here in Montreal, it's called the Angel Store. You can Google metaphysical shops in your city, in your town, and I'm sure that you'll find something that suits your needs. If not, if you're from a smaller town, people aren't very into crystals or metaphysical or angels or what have you in your city or in your town, you can always buy them online. Make sure that it's a reputable dealer. I've never bought crystals online, so I can't tell you that I know where to buy them. But if anybody does know, I know Etsy, people on Instagram, they sell crystals, and they might also be very reputable. There's actually a girl on Instagram. Her Instagram username is Natural Magics. So Natural Magics. She sells crystals. I've never bought from her, but she's a reputable person to buy them from. Yeah. So does anyone have any questions regarding crystals? What are crystal grids about or for? I'm still learning about crystal grids. I know that I make grids every time I cleanse my crystals. I sort of just intuitively put them in like a circle, or I make like a pattern with them. I just do them. Do you know why they have these powers? I think that crystals have these powers because God loves us. And God knows that we need help. And God knows that, God put everything here on this earth, food, just as much as plants.